Hi, this is Richard Melendres. We're here at a home that their heater's in distress. We got a screwdriver. It's a star. We're gonna check out his heater and see why it doesn't want to function. It's not turning on. They put a new thermostat. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come inside and we're gonna take a look at it. So if you guys want to join me inside, let's go. First, you got to find out the location of your heater. Your heater is right here. This is the way the heater looks. Down on the bottom, there's a little door. You'll look down there first. You want to see if your pilot's on. What you're going to do first is you're going to look down here, under here. Go ahead and look under there. There's a pilot right underneath here. If you can see the pilot will be on. And if the pilot's on, then you look at your wiring, make sure that everything's connected. Everything here looks connected. Then we're gonna go down to the thermostat. We're gonna go over here to the thermostat. Look for your thermostat, wherever your thermostat is at. Sometimes they're located in the living room. This one's located inside the room. Thermostats are located here. This is the way a thermostat would look. If you turn your thermostat on and it's not working down there, then something went wrong here. Either you didn't connect it right, loose wiring. And on this one, all you do is just pull the little cap off. The cap comes off like this. You look at your thermostat here. It looks pretty brand new, so we know that they just replaced it. What you're going to do is you're going to pull off the one here. There's one bolt here in this corner. What you're going to do is you're going to pull the bolt right off, and it's coming loose. Just be careful. It doesn't have no electricity, but it won't get shocked. But when you touch wires, the heater will turn on. So don't get scared. Right behind here, behind your thermostat, there's two wires. There's a red one and a blue one. Sometimes it comes in a yellow, so the white would be a yellow, but it just depends what you're working on. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna check these. You're gonna get your screwdriver, your star, and you're gonna check this here and make sure that they're tight. If they're tight, that would be good, and then you check this one, it'll be tight and it'll be good. The way I check them to make sure that I can hear the pilot turn on, what I do is I usually take this off, just like this. Don't get scared. You know, it's not going to blow up. I know gas sounds very like it's a lot of like you're going to blow up or something. Okay, then what you're going to do is you're going to set this down. What you're going to do is you're going to touch these two wires here, and you're going to hear for the pilot, wherever your pilot's at. If the heater is not that close, what you're going to do, because this one's close. Go slower. The heater's close. So if your heater's not close and it's far away, have someone else to help you hear it, just like what you would do on a gas pump. So what you're going to do is you're going to do this. You're going to touch these together. And I just heard the pilot turn on. When the pilot turns on, that means that your wiring down there on the bottom, it's connected right. So what you're going to do is you're going to say, okay, why wasn't it functioning the first time? Well, on this one, I look behind here, and when I look behind here, whoever installed this, installed it good, because they put the right thing. They put the white where it belongs, where it says white. It says white here, and this one says red. So you put your white one back in. Get your screwdriver. Don't get nervous. They're not going to blow up. It's not a bomb. You're going to tighten this back up. You tighten this back up. But make sure you get make sure you get this right here. Make sure you get it and bend it, because that's what's gonna hold this together. So when you get that, you just pull down on this. That way you can get a good bite. Make sure you get a good bite, because these kind of heaters here, if you don't get a good bite on these, what happens is they get loose. So If you don't get a good bite, they're gonna get loose and then it won't work. They won't function as properly as they're supposed to. It's a little challenging, but you can do it. What you do is you just tighten it up real tight. That one's tied up. That's not moving. Then what you do is you go to your red, and it's down here in the bottom. If you can get closer, it says red. It's an R for red, and this one's white. So you'll know by the insignias that are on the little gauge. You'll know what it is. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna tighten the red one up. You're gonna put this red one in there. I have no pliers, but you can still do it. You can just pull it off. There it is, right there. And then you just tighten it up. I just heard the pilot go on right now. As I touch this, is because it's getting cold. It's getting to the temperature it's supposed to be at. Okay, and then you tighten it up. So on this one right here was loose. That's the reason it was not functioning down there, and that's why this wasn't working. Your thermostat wasn't working because it was loose. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and put this back on. Since you got it on right now, what I do is I test it. Before I connect this like this on the wall, I'll test it. I just heard the pilot turn on when I put it on. Now I turned it off. The pilot just turned off. So that's what we're going to do. That's what you do, is you do that, and you keep on testing. You keep on testing over and over. And the reason you test is because you want to know if your pilot's turning on or off. Because on the problem here, the pilot wasn't turning on. It was staying cold. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and just put this back on. Back into the wall. The way they installed it. You try to install everything back the way everybody else did it, or whoever did it. If it doesn't work that way, what you do is you install it yourself. But you're going to need more tools to install this. You'll need a drill. You're going to need more screws. You're going to need hangers to hang it inside there. Put some hangers inside. But this one is very simple. This one was already installed, so that's good. This is the old one. This is the new one. You can see the difference. That's the reason this one right here didn't work anymore. So then after you do that, it's installed, it's tight. Then you get your little cap back on. This is where it says your temperature. It says in between 10, 20, and 30. And then down at the bottom it says in between 50 to 90. So what you do is you install it back in there. You pop it back on. Once you pop it back on, you're done. Then you give it a good test. You turn it back on. And you try to hear for your heater. Pilot turned on. You can hear it. So that's telling me that the pilot is working, everything's functional. A lot of this is all of this right here is all you can hear. So you got to have a good hearing to hear your pilot on. The person that you get to help you, make sure that he knows that when the pilot turns on, tell you, okay, the pilot's on when I touch the wires, so you know that there's no malfunction down there. The malfunction will be up here on your thermostat. That's the way you figure it out. If you touch the two wires here and it doesn't turn on down there, then it's going to be your pilot down in the bottom. Then you have to go in, and that would be another video, another segment that I would go to. If you guys got any questions or anything you guys need to ask, just go to my website, call me up, and give me a call. Let me know what kind of stuff you guys need to do. All you can do by yourself, ghetto-wise. I do everything ghetto. I like to do things right. I like to do things fast. I don't like to sit there and tell you, buy this tool, get this tool. What you do is you got a lot of tools at your home. You got a lot of things that you can use at your own home. Give me a call. This is Cali's Finest. This is Richard speaking. Bye.